Welcome to the Motley Fool's Crunch Time series, where we scout out a single company from their story to their opportunities and risks. Today I'm going to be covering SoFi, the financial services and banking company. I think SoFi is going to be a market beater over the next 5 years. So let's get started with the company's business strategy. SoFi operates in 3 segments: lending, their technology platform, and financial services. Let's start with lending. Lending is basically a traditional banking business, taking traditional banking risks, offering loans to customers. Then you need to worry about the default rate, what the spread is between your costs and what you're generating in revenue. That has long been the argument that SoFi was a banking company and was overvalued because it wasn't really a technology company. But the big change over the past year is SoFi is leaning into what it calls a platform lending business, where loans are actually facilitated by SoFi on behalf of other financial entities. In that business model, SoFi generates a fee for facilitating the loan, but they're not actually taking on the risks of the loan themselves. They end up being an interface that customers work with without taking the financial risk. So that's a big change in the way to think about the company. The next business is the technology platform. This is really the backbone of fintech. You can see that this is a steady growth business, but maybe not a massive growth business. But if you've ever seen a company that's not actually a bank offering a debit card or a credit card, sometimes things like HSA cards, these are often facilitated by SoFi's technology platform in the background. So this is basically a white label solution, again, very fee-based, so very, very high margin. The third business, and this is really where SoFi has had the most success over the past couple of years, is financial services. So this includes the lending platform revenue, things like stock trading, credit card transaction fees, margin revenue, and more. As more people move to the SoFi platform, this financial services business continues to grow, and it's basically boundless. So what is that growth opportunity? I think the first thing we need to realize about SoFi is this is a digital first company. They don't have the same physical infrastructure, the same operating expenses that a lot of their competitors have. That allows them more ability to scale the business, especially if the lending business becomes less bank-like, where they're taking risk onto the balance sheet. Then you would have the ability to scale all 3 segments of the business at a really rapid rate over the next 5, 10, 20 years. This is also starting to show up in the financials. You can see that the company's revenue is scaling extremely rapidly. Their user base increases, and those users are using more and more of their products. So SoFi is growing on the back of those users and the breadth of products they're now bringing to market. These will have compounding effects on the company's growth long term. But of course, there are risks. There are those banking type risks. If we do see an increase in default rates, an increase in interest rates, that could put financial pressure on SoFi's lending business. The financial services business is dependent on things like economic growth, on competitors being behind the 8 ball. They may be able to catch up with some of their digital solutions, but I think they have the leadership team with Anthony Noto as CEO to really make this a phenomenal win for investors. I think SoFi can outperform the market by leaning into these digital first solutions that it's offering, by leaning into the scale that it can bring to the market, and the improved usability that it brings to customers. So to recap, SoFi is disrupting the banking business. Yes, this looks like a banking stock, but it's much more of a technology play. Management is focused on long-term growth and is actually willing to give up short-term profitability to get there. That's the kind of trade-off that we want to make as long-term investors. Now, at the Motley Fool, your comments make us smarter, so please comment with your own research and insights about SoFi. Tell us what stock you want to see on Crunch Time next. And of course, check out fool.com/invest to get the top 10 stocks to buy right now. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you here next time.